quiet and vibrant meadow, where the sun kissed the grassy hills and the flowers danced with the gentle breeze, lived a tortoise named Oliver. Unlike the other creatures who hurried past him, Oliver embraced his slow and steady pace, believing there was beauty in taking his time. He wore a shell adorned with patterns that sparkled under the sunlight, each swirl telling the story of his quiet adventures. One sunny afternoon, as Oliver ambled slowly along his favorite path, he discovered an old, gnarled tree unlike any he had ever seen. Fascinated by its twisted branches and thick, mossy bark, he approached and noticed a small, shimmering door at the base of the tree. Curiosity piqued, Oliver gently nudged the door open with his nose. To his amazement, it revealed a swirling vortex of colors, drawing him in with promises of wonder. With a deep breath and a heart full of excitement, Oliver stepped through the portal. In an instant, the meadow vanished, and he found himself in a bustling ancient village. The air was filled with the sounds of laughter and music, and everywhere he looked, children played games, their joyous shouts ringing through the air. Sitting at the edge of the village square, Oliver watched the children race each other, dashing back and forth with a speed that left him in awe. One little girl, with a crown of wildflowers in her hair, stumbled and fell as she tried to keep up with her friends. As she sat on the ground, tears sparkling in her eyes, Oliver slowly approached her. "Why so sad, young one?" he asked in a soft voice. "I wanted to run fast like my friends, but I keep falling behind," she sniffled. Oliver nodded knowingly. "Sometimes, it's okay to take it slow. You see the world in a different way when you don't rush." The girl looked up at him with curiosity. "But everyone else runs. I want to be just like them." "Being like everyone else isn't always the best," Oliver replied gently. "Let me show you." With that, he invited her to join him for a leisurely stroll around the village. At first, she hesitated but eventually decided to follow the wise tortoise. As they walked, Oliver pointed out the small wonders that others hurried past. The delicate petals of flowers swaying in the breeze, the intricate patterns on a ladybug's shell, and the way the sun painted the sky with shades of pink and orange as it began to set. Each moment was a treasure, and the girl began to see things differently. "Look!" she exclaimed, clapping her hands as she spotted a rainbow formed by a waterfall's mist. "It's beautiful here." Oliver smiled. "When you take your time, you can truly appreciate the beauty around you." Before long, the village square began to fill with people, gathering for an evening feast. Oliver and the girl joined them, sharing stories and laughter, savoring every bite of delicious food, and dancing softly to the music carried by the wind. The girl felt happy, not because she was fast, but because she enjoyed every minute spent in good company. As twilight fell, Oliver felt the familiar tug of the swirling portal once again. He turned to the girl. "I must go now, but remember, patience brings joy. The world is full of wonders when you take the time to see them." With a wave, Oliver stepped through the swirling colors and found himself back in his meadow, the old tree standing silently, as if waiting for his return. But Oliver's adventures weren't over. He soon discovered the next portal hidden within a bush while exploring another part of his favorite meadow. This time, he journeyed to a time when flowers bloomed in colors he had never known, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of honey. He met a group of busy bees, buzzing around, collecting nectar and crafting their honey. Watching them, Oliver saw that even the busiest of creatures paused to appreciate their work. "Why do you seem so relaxed, old tortoise?" one bee asked him as she landed beside him. "We work fast to gather everything we need." "Well, my friend," Oliver replied with a smile, "every great creation takes time. Have you ever tasted the honey you've made?" The bees paused, realizing they had been too caught up in their rush to appreciate their own hard work. They gathered together, dipping their tiny legs into the golden sweetness and relishing the experience. "You're right. This is wonderful," they buzzed with delight. Oliver continued his journey, traveling through time, each adventure ingrained in him a deeper understanding of the importance of savoring each moment. He visited a time when knights protected their kingdoms, and his patience taught them to think before charging into battles. He watched artists paint breathtaking landscapes and spoke with them about the value of nurturing their creativity. Each encounter allowed him to share his wisdom, reinforcing the idea that life is not just about reaching destinations but also about appreciating the journey. Over the years, Oliver became a legend among the creatures of the meadow and beyond, known not only for his slow and steady way but for the lessons he shared about patience and mindfulness. His heart swelled with joy as he connected with those he met, guiding them gently toward the beauty of taking their time. As seasons changed and time passed, Oliver returned to his meadow, content in his knowledge that even a slow tortoise could leave a lasting impact. And every time children ran past him, he would smile, knowing they were racing toward a life full of incredible discoveries. If only they remembered to pause and appreciate what lay along the way.